Good morning everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So starting off with Euro USD as usual, and nothing has really changed this week. We are still very much stuck in this triangle, and we're right in the middle of these two levels that we should be paying attention to. So the first one is 111.225 and 107.659 to the downside. So until this triangle breaks, it is a sit on hand. Sorry, we shouldn't be at the 3 hour. And if you look at the hour, you can see a pretty clear picture of what's going on. And let me just, we're losing half of our structure on these charts. So just go back to 8 hour. Oop. Okay, so we've got our structure back. I don't know what's happening there, probably the rain that we're having. But anyway, so you can see in the triangle, we're very much in amongst the moving averages on the hour. So we want to be either below the moving averages and pointing down, or we want to be above the moving averages and the moving averages pointing up. At this stage, there is nothing. We are stuck in amongst this. You can draw as many lines as you want. The reality is we are in a holding pattern as we wait for the Feds. So nothing is going to go on with this pair until after the Feds have come out, and it all depends what the Feds come out with. So that's what's driving this at the moment. If we move across to US dollar Japanese yen, pretty much the same picture. I know we've got a target here at 118.9271, but if you look at the oscillators here, we're starting to roll. I think rather just take profit. That measured move is probably not going to happen today. I would expect this gap to close, and then I would expect one of these two levels to be tagged to the downside. So if we look at this on the hour, you'll see there's a massive gap here, and you've got 117.097, which would be the target to the downside. So this is a potential double top as well, and if you just draw that out there, you will see that we pretty much tag this area here. So yeah, moral of the story here is wait for the Feds as well. If it's bad news, wait for a break of 117.700, and then you're looking for the gap, and then you're looking for this tail here, and see if you can get some support here. There may be an opportunity to buy into it, depending how bad the news is. Sorry, on this pair it's going to be good news. So this pair will be good news, moves to the downside. If it's bad news, then we're going to continue up. Okay, moving on to British pound Japanese yen, and you can see rejections happening up here off the 155, oscillators grouping to the upside. I don't really have a clean level here to bounce off, so these fractals up here are pretty much where the level is. So for me, this is a wait and see scenario, because that is the area that I'd be paying attention to. We've already tested it twice. We're now testing 155. There may be something on the hour. No, not really. So the closest little level we have is up there, which is what we've tested already. So this one is also pretty interesting. We are in an uptrend. We've been in an uptrend for 2 days. So are we going to continue? But look at the oscillators here. Look at the diversions there. You can see new high on price and then a low on the oscillator. So that is a little bit shaky. I think what's looking like to me is potentially a rejection. We need to get above 155. Well, 154.647 first, and then above 155 for this to continue to the upside. So I would be paying attention to this to look for any early signals that we may be rejecting. So we do have a pin bar off a level, but going just before the close, so nothing really in it. Wait for Europe and see what happens. I think London breakout may work, but the range is very tight. So potentially, we just drop to the 15-minute. Yeah, you see, so potentially what we could see here is just a continuation to the downside. Look at the oscillators, or it's just going to compress and then explode to the upside again. So London breakout is probably the best way to play it. So first seven 1 hour bars, top of your range is the high, bottom of your range is the low. and break the upside, you're looking for the moves to the upside, break the downside, you're looking for moves to the downside. But this pair doesn't really have decent structure, so I'm sitting on the sides on that. Then we have Euro British Pound. Now Euro British Pound, every time we get above the 155, and I'm not going to go through everything, but you can see every time we get above the purple line, which is a 155 EMA, look what happens. We form structure, either double tops, head and shoulders, cup and handles, but we form some form of structure for a move to the downside. So we have a shoulder, we have a head. Are we going to get a right shoulder and then a break to the downside? Ultimately for me, it's a break and retest of 08310, which will bring us all the way back down to this weekly level here at 083043. So that's kind of the view that we're looking at. Do have a nice big inside bar here, or engulfing bar here on the 8 hour. So looks like a flag, pretty much London breakout for me as well, or alternatively a break and a retest of this area where we're at now, 084. So if we break below 084, come back and test it, then I would expect to move down at least to 083810. And then once that's happened, I'd need to expect another bounce and then an attempt to break through it. We'll look at the oscillators, they're all agreeing with that. So pay careful attention here. I think you have, of all the currency pairs, this is probably the best one, which is Euro British Pound. And we do have quite a bit of Euro and Pound data as well coming out through the week. Okay, so anyway, that's kind of my view on Forex. It's dollar pairs, wait for the Feds, British Pound, Japanese Yen, leave it alone for now. But Euro British Pound, the play should be to the downside. It's been to the downside for almost a year, or actually is a year now. So I would expect nothing less than the same thing over again. London breakout, first 7 bars, draw the line on the top, draw your line on the bottom of the range, break and retest on a 15 or even a 5 minute, gives you the signal to get in with a stop just above the top, and that's the play for the day. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.